everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is Katie and Charlie and baby Philip, and we would like to welcome you to our Wednesday video. We haven't been on for almost a week, and yesterday I wanted to make a video, but I was in pain still from my dental surgery. But today the pain is almost gone. I'm still bruised, like somebody punched me with a garden tool, but I'm pretty much good right now. So I thought that I would change Philip for you because he is absolutely adorable in this little teddy. Oh my gosh, set. It's my favorite cartoon character for little boys. Look at him. Isn't he little peanut boy? And I love this. This is velour, little softest material ever, and it has little fuzzy teddy bear here sitting on a moon, and it has a matching blanket with the same teddy, of course, and there is his toy. So yeah, this set is absolutely precious, but I'm going to change him because he's been wearing this for a week now, and I would like to see him in some other outfits that I purchased. So, and I've been slacking with my baby, so I'm going to change him, and I will change him into another teddy set, and this is onesie with the same teddy and mittens. This onesie may be actually big for him because this is 1 month. I think this is not a tiny baby, but I'm just going to put it on him, and this little sweater, which is super cute, and little socks. And I'll be chatting with you while I do it. And I have some changes, guys, coming. They are actually happening. One of my babies has been sold. One of my Saskias, my Melin, and it was really not an easy decision, guys. Oh my goodness, this hobby sometimes is not very relaxing, let me tell you. And I'm usually, when I decide to sell the baby, I'm pretty much decided. I make my decision, and I don't really waver. With Melin, it's been not that smooth, not such a smooth ride, to be honest. I am not selling her because I do not bond with her. I'm not selling her because I don't like her or I don't want her in my collection. But the thing is, I have new babies coming into my nursery or collection, and I just can't have so many dolls. I am space limited. I'm also time limited. There is no way I could dedicate my time to gazillion babies. And I also, you know, I had to do a little elimination process and plus I'm budget limited. So the money from this sale always would be the money from one sale is always helpful with another sale or during another sale. So when I'm at this position, I do a little elimination process. And since I had 2 Saskias, I decided to let one go. And I can't sell my Lulu. It's just I have such emotional bond with Lulu. There is a story behind her and everything. So, and she's just my little diva, and I've had that baby for over a year now, and she's just she's special to me. So I decided to sell Melin. Her mommy already made a payment on her end, so she will be leaving probably in 5 weeks, I would say. But it was not an easy decision. I'm still not happy about it. Like, you know, when you decide to sell a baby and that baby sells, usually I'm pretty relieved and I'm happy to move on to newer pastures, as they say. With Malin, I'm not feeling that excitement at all, and I don't know. I don't want to regret that decision. But on the other hand, I'm just trying to be reasonable here and trying to see the light, as they say, because yeah, I have 3 babies this year at least, and I have another kid waiting. That I would love to have that kid done because it's super rare kid, and there is like almost impossible to get blank kids of that sculpt. So I would really love to add that baby into my collection. And there is, I don't know if you can see him. So I really need to think how I'm going to go about this hobby, because usually I'm not really into buying a lot of babies because I have certain preferences when it comes to sculpts and the artist, and of course, thanks to my preferences, I am limited by certain budget. You know, I cannot be spending left and right, of course. I mean, who can? And also, I don't have time to spend, to dedicate the time to all dolls, and I just don't see the point of dolls just sitting there just to have them. You know, I'm not that kind of collector. As I said, there are different types of collectors out there. There are ladies who have a few babies and they rarely sell their baby, they keep their babies, and usually these ladies are in this hobby because of therapy. You know, they have this hobby as a therapy, as they say. Then there are collectors like me who are in it more for the art of it. I don't like to have a lot of dolls for my certain reason, of course, for my personal reasons. I have few core babies. I call them core babies. Some people call them forever babies or dream babies. I call them core babies because you just never know. Sometimes something may happen and I may be forced to sell all of my dolls. So that's why I call them core babies. Those are the babies that are staying. I cannot even imagine parting with those babies. And then there are babies that I like. Some people call it that we did not bond maybe properly, or they are not that important that we have in our collections, but in a case of emergency we would be able to sell them. So that's how I go about this hobby. When something happens and I want a new doll, usually one baby has to go in order for another to come into my nursery. Well, I didn't sell any baby when I got my filly, but as I said, I have 3 babies coming, and I just can't have so many dolls. Now I would like to touch up on a subject that I watched actually a video yesterday. It was very, very interesting video. Renee from Rain Firewater posted it last night. I'm going to put the link to her video down in my description to the original video. And she was actually pondering few things that I really find interesting within this hobby. I've talked about these things few times on my channel, but I feel it's always good to have a chat and to remind maybe ourselves and to watchers, certain topics, to bring them back. And she basically was talking about how our preferences change and how sometimes she feels like, like constantly on a search for another baby, for a better baby. And she was experiencing the feelings of guilt, maybe pondering, certain things. And I found it very interesting myself because, you know, there are so many different types of collectors, I think, as I said. And I think most of us, we do experience these feelings that we want something different, we want something better, and there is nothing wrong with it. The reason why I'm bringing this up, because it's just never ending. Sometimes these never ending videos when people try to shame others for their choices. And I just think it's ridiculous. You know, everybody collects their own way, and if I want to collect my way, I don't see how is it the business, you know, or how is it the problem for other collectors. And you know, when I started this hobby, and I was talking to, even we chatted about this in my local group. When I started this hobby, or everybody, I think, when we start this hobby, we don't really know what to expect, unless, you know, you came across the Reborns and you just waited and did your research. But I did my research, but I didn't know as much as I know now, 2 years later. And my budget was low, just because I didn't know, I didn't want to spend a lot of money, to put a lot of money into a hobby that I wasn't sure that I would be interested in few months down the road, because that happened to me a few times in my life, that I really was thrilled with some idea. I went head straight for that hobby, and then I realized, oh my goodness, this is just not for me. It's not working. And that's what happened with my sewing. I bought this fabulous sewing machine because I just had to have it. I took classes, I bought expensive fabrics, I had these projects in mind, and then I got busy at work. I put away my sewing machine for the time being, I thought, and it's been sitting in my garage for years, and I never regained all that excitement. So when I was starting this hobby, I told myself, I'm not going to spend thousands and thousands for a doll. What if what if it's not for me? What if I receive a doll and I don't know what to do with it, or maybe excitement wears off in 2-3 weeks or a month? What to do, you know? So I started with a lower budget, and as I went, of course, I got more and more engaged on social media. I started watching more YouTube, started following artists on Instagram, on Facebook, and learning things not only about the hobby, but also about myself, about what I prefer, what I want. I never wanted any other people's dolls. I have to clarify that. I was kind of always the odd collector. I collected not really the most recent sculpts. At the beginning, I just had, I actually kept upgrading same sculpts. That was my weird thing, like this little funky circle. I would buy an Esme, and then I saw my dream Esme, the original one that I wanted, so I got that one. And then I was trying to upgrade. I actually upgraded my Twin A for a rooted one, and I got another Elise kit because I wanted to upgrade my Caroline. It was just like I was stuck on this little circuit. And so finally I realized, you know what, I'm just not going to think twice or 3 times or 5 times before I buy the baby and I spend that money. And I will try to maybe wait and to see, unless, you know, unless I fall in love like immediately, and I just cannot help myself. That's what happened with Philip. Philip wasn't really planned. When I saw Etika sculpt, I loved it and I wanted Etika sculpt. But then I started doing elimination process, and I thought, okay, he is similar to Esme, and I already have Esme. Maybe I'll just skip this sculpt, and you know, maybe I will get him down the road secondhand. That's what I do, guys. when I have certain scalp that I want, and but I don't have to have them like immediately or something. I put them on my list and I wait, you know, maybe they will pop up later, second hand. I will see if I'm still interested. The price will be better probably. That's what I do. So, and then I saw my Philip and I was just like, oh my goodness, I had to have that baby. And he was a boy, he was not the next sculpt I had on my list, because yes, I am OCD, guys. I have my list and I have the babies ready, you know, on that list, in certain, how do you call it, certain order that I plan to get those babies. I just do not jump all over the place. I pretty much know what I want. Thanks goodness, you know. Otherwise, I'm very undecisive in my life. But when it comes to babies, I must say that I'm pretty set on which sculpt I want and which sculpt I can pass up. So when I saw this baby, I just fell in love, and I'm so happy that I got him, because this was instant bond. Instant. Maybe I should put these cream ones on him. What do you think, guys? So why am I talking about this is, yes, my preferences throughout the years, they changed. My budget changed. And yes, I do want a certain quality of dolls, and I buy certain style of I want certain quality of dolls, and I buy certain clothes because it's for my personal enjoyment. And it just really pains me to see that sometimes people, they turn it into something else. There is no shame knowing what you like, and there is no shame following what you want, and there is no shame admitting, yes, I want better. And I don't find it, especially, I don't think it's a snobbery or anything bad. I don't think it's not normal unless people do it to fit into certain groups, or they just do it for wrong reasons. But you know, my way of collecting is my way. I've always been this way. Even within my professional life, I always strive to grow. I always strive to educate myself, and just to be better, to get better at knowledge, at my job, now in collecting. Is it the perfect way for everybody? Certainly not. You know, I don't have children. I work 6 days a week to get money for this hobby, because it is expensive hobby. It is expensive hobby. It's not cheap. It's not only about the dolls, it's about the clothes and accessories and everything all together. So of course everybody collects within their boundaries, within their limits, I would say, not boundaries, within their limits. And yeah, and he's already, I love this little sweater. I had this sweater for my Ella, and I found it, I was digging, I've never put it on her on camera. I had it on her on last spring. I had it on her twice, or I think, but I don't think I had it on her on camera. And I saw it the other day. I'm like, oh my goodness, I want this to try it on Philly, because he has no sweater, everything is too big for him, and he looks absolutely precious. So yes, ladies, that's what I wanted to chat a little bit about. It's your personal growth. If there is no shame admitting that, you know, we want better things, and just follow your heart, I would say, within this hobby. And yes, I do think that social media are influencing us. I don't know if I would have so many dolls if I was. It's not really about YouTube with me because I don't make as many videos as other ladies out there. My problem is because sometimes even my friends are like, are you still enjoying your babies, and you know, you don't post as many videos or pictures? And yes, I still enjoy them, some days more than another days. I learned to how to enjoy them in privacy probably more than last year. So yes, I still enjoy them. So YouTube is not really the reason for me why I have more dolls. I would blame Instagram and Facebook and following all these fabulous artists out there, because then I see a doll and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want that doll, and then I start calculating. And that's how I got to the number 5 right now, and that's how the 3 more are coming. So yeah, definitely social media is a huge factor for our personal growth. And I will be the first one to say, yes, I do like to grow. My preferences change when it comes to dolls, when it comes to artistry, maybe not requirements, but preferences, yeah. My clothing style, well, for my dolls, I'm still about frills. For boys, I'm still kind of trying to determine what is my style exactly. I really like baby stuff for him because he is a baby, he's tiny. And there is not a lot of Spanish stuff that I usually go for when it comes to my girls without him looking frilly. Also, he's very small size, so it's kind of hard shopping for him. In frilly section. Usually the good deals on my Spanish knits, they start from newborn or 1 month, or 3 months are the best deals that I keep finding, coming across. And it's kind of hard for me, at least, to find cute Spanish outfits for boys in teeny tiny size, so they would fit Philip. So that's why I'm kind of more contemporary with him. Also, a lot of my friends are influenced when it comes to fashion for little boys, because I really, this is really actually my very first boy. I used to have a boy, but I really didn't enjoy him as much as Philip, but I didn't really interact with him, and Philip is completely like a new experience for me, and I'm really having fun with this little baby. Yeah, so that's it, ladies. I kind of derailed probably from the topic that I wanted. As soon as I will finish this video, I will probably think of 10 more things that I wanted to talk about. So I will address them in my next video probably, but I want to thank you for watching. I want to wish you a wonderful day. You stay safe and warm, all people who are in cold states. All ladies who are in warm climate, go enjoy that sun that you have, because guys, I am so envious. I cannot wait for spring. That would be it for today, ladies. Again, thank you for visiting. I want to wish you a wonderful rest of the Wednesday, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.